Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Curry Culture. Welcome if you're new here. I am happy to have you. So today I will be talking about 5 reasons why you want to work at a startup. So let's get into it. Now, I never imagined starting my career out of university at a startup. It's probably the best decision I have made so far after leaving university because of the amount of exposure I have. I have worked across every single department that my company has. I work at a fintech company, so that includes HR, compliance, operations, finance, you name it. I've worked it. In my first week of joining, my manager actually went on a holiday, so I was with the sales team, and the exposure you get is so invaluable, and I have loved learning a whole host of things, and having all of this exposure, it just juices you up. I had an idea of what I wanted to go into after I left university, but I have changed my mind so many times now just because I know I'm capable of way more than I thought I was, and I am also interested in way more than I even knew about before starting my job. Next, responsibility. When I do my work, I know that work is mine, and that piece of work definitely going to be used to push the company forward. Definitely means something and holds value, and you are recognized for the piece of work that you do. It is not handed off to your boss or director or whomever, and I definitely appreciate that about a startup because everyone has their own piece of the puzzle to make the puzzle complete, and it's all about lifting the company off the ground essentially. So knowing that you're a part of something bigger and you're recognized for that, the feeling of self-worth and self-value that you get definitely increases. The culture, I don't even know how to start, where to begin with the culture at a startup. 10 out of 10 would recommend. You are friends with everyone at the company. Me and my COO, we have fat chats, crack banter. I love my manager. Everyone gets along, and it is a smaller team and a close-knit environment, so you definitely know everyone, and everyone, most importantly, knows who you are. It does definitely boost morale, and you can essentially go to anyone and ask questions. You don't necessarily feel the pressure to figure it out on your own. Of course, at every job you're going to have to do things that you might not necessarily understand, which is just a part of life, but you can definitely go and ask anyone anything. Don't feel anxious about it. It's definitely more of a friendly environment. Every Friday we have a team social. We get together and just have fun. We play games. Like, I remember we played Among Us one week, and it was great. So to do with the company culture, you get to work with the big bosses. So my manager is the COO, and I work with him, and I also get opportunities to work with the CEO on projects. And it's just like, oh, who the hell am I? I'm working with the big bosses, and it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to panic. It feels like you're a colleague, not necessarily like I'm your manager, you have to do what I say right now. Definitely feels more like you're part of a team, I would say. When I work with the CEO or COO, it's more of a team effort. Like, you do your part, I do my part, and we come together. And if I don't understand my part, it's just as equally easy to go to them and say, I don't really understand what I'm doing, can I have some assistance? That nurturing aspect at a startup as well is really helpful. And stepped into the working world, and yeah, I don't know, I was really nervous. So for anyone that has any of these worries, definitely a startup 10 out of 10 would recommend. Opportunity. So I've already spoken about the opportunities you can get from working in different divisions, and another opportunity is to excel faster into a higher role and position at the company than you would at larger companies. And because it is a startup, you are there from the beginning, so essentially as things build up, as you go through each investment round, more money comes in your pocket, and you get a promotion too. So it's kind of a win-win situation. This means that you will most likely be someone else's manager in a fraction of the time it would take for you to develop from an analyst to an associate to a manager and whatever comes next. I was also an intern with an intern, so Within my first 3 months, I was an intern at the company I do work at, and within 2 months of me working there, I had an intern for a period of time, and they had to report to me, and I wasn't on a power trip, but I loved it. I really enjoyed and took ownership of that process. And you do have to do your work as well as make sure the intern is doing their work. And having that experience under my belt is something rare and unique that no one else really at my age would have. And the opportunities for career advancement, I mean, you may not even have to stay in your division. Opportunities are endless. You are essentially working in a company that is going to be changing as it grows, and it has to adapt to certain situations. For example, my company had to adapt to COVID-19, and that means you could be working in a completely new division. They could literally create a division and you could head that up, and that is a rare and unique opportunity that you may not find anywhere else. And lastly, future prospects. Working at a startup is so amazing, and it will make you stand out from the crowd. If you want to move on, for example, working at a startup, especially in the tech space, you are going to be wanted, okay? You are going to be wanted. You are going to stand out from the crowd. When it comes to your applications, everyone is going to see you as someone that knows how to adapt. You know how to get things done. Working at a startup, you are going to be seen as the one that can come and shake the tables. You're innovative, to adjust to any circumstance, any situation. Basically anything that they throw at you, you can handle because you're resilient. And that's a wrap. There are my 5 reasons as to why you should work at a startup. For general experience as well, my mentor once told me it's all about building a foundation when you start your career, which is something you can get from a startup. Building that foundation of knowledge and being able to be adaptable and change, and you can grow from there in comparison to entering one role and becoming specialized in that one role. So I would say definitely give startups a chance if you haven't thought about that already. So have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.